What is up, everybody? It's Coaster Pete here from Club Coaster, coming back with another time-lapse here of Oak Point. That's right, Oak Point Part 14. So, in this time-lapse, we'll be working on the Park 6 roller coaster, an Intamin Blitz coaster. That's right, an Intamin Blitz coaster. So, basically, let's talk about the layout here. Let's talk about the layout here. By the way, like the layout here, for example, the layout is basically like, well, for the first half of first you start off like Maverick, you the way it starts is the way it leaves the station is basically Maverick. Like, for example, well, I've actually swiped up different types of, projects, many different projects from Intamin, Blitz coasters, and from other Intamin Blitz coasters, for example, I did started off the first half of the run. The first half of the course, you go up that magnetic lift hill, pretty much basically Maverick, and also then you get flung into that beyond 90 degree first drop, that beyond 90 degree drop. And then the first half of the course is it's pretty much it's kind of a little bit compact and a little bit not so spread out. It's pretty much Mega Light style. It's different airtime hills and pretty much basically Mega Light style. The first half of the course is Mega Light style, pretty much. And then, except with a couple 0G rolls, it's pretty much Mega Light style. And then there's actually a couple two 0G rolls in the first half of the course. And then also you go through airtime hills Mega Lights, then you go to a few airtime moments pretty much Mega Light style airtime hills. And then you go into you turn around into the magnetic brake run into the tunnel, into a magnetic brake run. And then there's actually gonna be magnetic brake run, then you're gonna be about to get catapulted. You're about to get catapulted into the second launch. At a top speed, reaching up a top speed of 80 miles per hour. And then the second half is literally you go into a top hat, then you get into it, then you go into a top hat, and then the rest of the ride is basically ice speed, and it's basically ice speed and storm runner kind of swiped up together, kind of so you're and also you're literally you're basically flying through these elements. You're basically flying through the second half of the course. And also then also it's so it's basically the second half of the ride is basically ice speed and different coasters ice speed and storm runner and Maverick and and Mega Light style and Mega Lights. Basically it's kind of the second half is basically ice speed, storm runner, and Maverick. Ice speed, storm runner, and Maverick swiped up into one, swiped up together, basically. But this is a very original layout. This is super original layout, by the way. it's a super original layout, this Intamin Blitz coaster. And also, I'm kind of trying to make, like, I'm actually trying to design an above-average Intamin Blitz coaster. Like, I'm still trying to design this to be an above-average Intamin Blitz coaster. And also, this is a pretty long ride, too, by the way. This is pretty lengthy. Like, the layout is pretty lengthy, by the way. It's very lengthy. Like, for example, it's kind of lengthy, and it's almost 9,000 feet of track. Almost 9,000 length feet of track. It's around that, like, it's almost so close to 9,000 feet of track, so it's pretty dang long, by the way. It's pretty dang long. But, it definitely is on the longer side of coasters, by the way. It is pretty lengthy, of course, and also, it did get green across the board, and it's also a pretty intense coaster too as well. It's a very intense Intamin coaster too as well, by the way. A very intense Intamin Blitz coaster, this is. And yeah, definitely, I've kind of like themed, trying to theme this kind of like a westerny theme, kind of like to like a horse. Kind of themed this to like a stallion, and I've actually like, I kind of converted the name, came up with the name such as Wild Stallion. That's right, Wild Stallion. So basically, like, for example, and also for the queue line here, I'm actually trying to make, I made, like, a few sets of switchbacks, like, that's actually designed to be inside a building, and that's, like, gonna be all an indoor part of the queue, and also, like, the outdoor queue is only, like, basically, like, a switchback, basically, like 1-2 switchbacks. And also, like, the new area, like, I've also kind of developed the area for this coaster too, as well. Like, the area for like, I've also kind of started to develop the new area for Wild Stallion, for the Intamin Blitz coaster, Wild Stallion, and also, so I'm trying to it'll kind of basically be in my point of view, it's basically the frontier town of Oak Point, kind of like the frontier town of Oak Point, like, try to make that area like some kind of westerny theme, kind of. Yeah, so yeah, definitely. And also, Wild Stallion will run I'm trying to run up to 5 trains in this Intamin Blitz coaster. And I'm trying to, of course it'll only have 3 cars per train. So basically it'll only set up to, like, 12 riders per train, to 12 passengers per train, but with 5 trains. And so basically, it'll possibly be, so it will basically be up to 60 passengers per cycle. Basically, yeah. And also, yeah, so definitely, well, like, and also, developed the environment for, like, the setting environment for Oak Point, for the Oak Point property, and so I'm kind of basically trying to have this place and set on a river, kind of based on a river, basically, kind of based on a river setting. So definitely, yeah, pardon me. And also, over here I've also added TV screens, like, Q-line TV monitors. Kind of like wall-mounted TV screens inside the Q-line as well. And also, yeah, well, it's all to stay in this time-lapse and enjoy the rest of the time-lapse here of Oak Point, Part 14.